Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to dive into a massive clash of ideas, a debate that literally gets to the soul of what movies are and what they should be. This thing split the film world in two and completely changed how movies are made and how we watch them, forever. And it all boils down to this one single question. Is a filmmaker's job to build a whole new reality from the ground up, using every trick in the book? Or is it just to open a window and show us the world that's already there? This is the fundamental battleground we're stepping onto. Okay, so to really get the revolution Andre Bazin started, we first have to understand what he was fighting against. And that was something called the formative tradition. Think of it like this. For them, cinema wasn't a window, it was a lump of clay waiting to be sculpted. Yeah, the thinking back then was pretty straightforward. If you just point a camera at the world, that's not art, right? That's just copying. For them, real art only happened when a filmmaker took raw reality and forcefully shaped it, imposing their vision on it to create a meaning that just wasn't there before. And the absolute king of this approach, the great Soviet director, Sergey Eisenstein. For him, a single shot was, well, it was just raw material. The real magic, the real power was in the cut. His number one tool was montage, or, what we just call editing. So for the formative folks, the real art happens in the edit. It's like a magic trick. You show a shot of a guy with a totally blank face. Then you cut to a bowl of soup. And what do you and the audience think? He's hungry. Okay, now let's take that same exact shot of the guy, but this time cut to a child playing. Now he seems gentle, right? The meaning isn't in the shot of the man. It's created entirely by the filmmaker smashing those two images together. But then, this French critic, Andre Bazin, shows up, and he looks at everything Eisenstein and his followers are doing and basically says, nope, you've got it all wrong. You're missing the entire point. And what he proposed instead was a total game changer. Bazin's whole argument was that all that aggressive cutting and shaping, it actually destroyed the very thing that made cinema special in the first place. He said the camera isn't a sculptor's chisel designed to change reality. Its true power is to be a window onto reality, to capture a moment and just preserve it in time. And Bazin's entire theory hangs on this one really deep idea about the nature of a photograph itself. He called it its ontology, which is just a fancy way of talking about its fundamental essence, what it is at its core. And man, this idea just flips traditional art theory completely on its head. Think about it. A painting, a sculpture, that's always filtered through the mind and hands of an artist. It's their interpretation. But a photograph, Bazin argued, is totally different. It's special because it's made automatically, without a human touching it. So for Bazin, a photo isn't just a picture of something, it's more like a direct trace left by that thing, like a footprint in the sand or a fossil. The object was physically there, and the camera captured its literal imprint. And because of that automatic process, that absence of man, the photograph has this unique credibility. We trust it in a way we'd never trust a painting. It creates this deep psychological bond. Okay, so if you believe that about photography, what does it mean for making movies? Well, it leads to a huge fight, a total clash in technique, a battle between two completely different ways of building a scene on screen. So on one side, you've got Eisenstein and his montage, chopping reality into dozens of little pieces to tell you a story. But Bazin, he championed the exact opposite. He was all about techniques like the long take, just letting the camera run, and deep focus, where everything in the frame, from the person right up close to the mountains way in the back, is perfectly in focus. And this table just lays it all out perfectly. Montage is directive. It tells you what to think. It's about creating meaning, with the filmmaker shouting, "Look here, now feel this." They are doing all the work for you. Deep focus, though, is about revealing meaning. It respects that reality is messy and ambiguous. It presents you with a whole world inside the frame and trusts you, the viewer, to explore it and find the meaning for yourself. It treats you like an intelligent participant, not a passive observer. So, why should you care about some dusty old debate from decades ago? Because I promise you, once you see this, you cannot unsee it. This clash of ideas is the hidden DNA of almost every movie you watch. Just think about any modern blockbuster action scene. You know the ones, a million cuts a minute, things exploding. That's Eisenstein's ghost right there. The filmmaker is being a sculptor, using those hundreds of cuts to build a feeling of chaos and excitement. They are literally creating that experience for you, piece by piece. But then, think about a quiet drama, where the camera just sits and watches a tense family dinner for 2 minutes straight in one unbroken shot. That is Bazin's world. The director isn't a sculptor, they're an explorer. They're presenting a slice of life, inviting you in and trusting you to watch the actors' faces, to pick up on the subtext, and to discover the scene's real meaning on your own. And look, Bazin's ideas weren't just academic. They lit a fire under filmmakers across the globe. He championed movements like Italian neorealism, where directors went into the actual streets to capture post-war life. He became the intellectual godfather to the French New Wave, inspiring directors like Truffaut and Godard to break all the rules. He basically made it okay to be a realist. He proved it wasn't a lack of artistry, but a profound and powerful artistic choice in itself. So, when you get right down to it, this debate never really ended. It's still happening in every movie you see. Every single time a director decides where to put the camera and when to yell cut, they're making a choice on that spectrum between control and trust. Are they creating a world for you or revealing one to you? The cool part is, now you'll be able to see that choice too.